Hey, it's Tia, baby. And I am back with another video. So, excuse my stain. I had a drink from Starbucks. And I guess it spilled. But I forgot to mention in the video that I put out yesterday, in reference to the interview that Chris Perez had with Smooth Vega. I was also informed that ABCDEFG, QUINTANILLA, blocked Smooth Vega. And if you don't know who ABCDEFG is, that's Selena's brother. And I also said that he favors Smooth Vega, but he blocked him because he interviewed Chris. Now, I don't know why. Well, in my opinion, why do I think he blocked him? Well, apparently he blocks a lot of people. He's known to block a lot of people because he's just petty. I don't know if that's just something, that's just a trend that he and his sister does, and think that's supposed to hurt someone's feelings. I don't know, but I don't know what Chris said for him to block him, because Chris didn't talk about ABCDFG. He didn't say anything bad about the family. Like I said in the video before, yesterday, I felt like Chris withheld a lot, which he always does in interviews. I just feel like he withhold a lot of juicy information, and it is not up to us to know. It is up to him to let us know. It's his business. If he feels like he's not ready or doesn't want to say the real deal, Holyfield, that's his prerogative. However, it's been so long that, I feel like it's time. Like I said in the other video, forget what they think, how they think. He could be trying to be cordial, or he could be trying to be, supportive of Marcella's feelings and all of that. That could be a possibility, but Marcella has a mind of her own. Yes, she lets her husband control a lot of the things because that's just a traditional way of their living. But I think she knows Chris enough to know that Chris is not the type of person to bash anyone, to dishonor anyone or anything like that. So I don't think he has anything to worry about in regards to Marcella. Now, he's been used to being sued, bashed, ridiculed from the dictator and the rest of the family members, to the point where he should be numb to it and not care about what they do, because that's just their immaturity, and that's just something that just makes them feel relevant in the limelight, to be bashing people, blocking people, suing people, selling things, Selena things. Like, they already put out a jacket. They already put out a Selena jacket, or no, it's not a jacket. It was a hoodie, and it has like floral. The design is nice, but like I said, it's starting to become, Selena is starting to become a fashion name versus an entertainer and a person. Now, I know she was into fashion, and that's the role she was going towards before she passed. But it's starting, because they're coming out with so much merchandise that has nothing to do with Selena, that Selena's input isn't in it or anything. Because I'm sure she had a lot of costume, a lot of drawings that she has, measured up before she had passed, and they never put out you know, those things. Like, they could have, like, linked up with Martin Gomez and put out some costumes and put out some type of, you know, some type of merchandise that has a actual Selena touch to it, because I'm sure she had a lot in storage somewhere that she just never wasn't ready for it to be published or whatever. But that will be a real Selena merchandise type ordeal. But all this other stuff, like the hoodies and the t-shirts with her name on it or her face on it, some of them are cute, but to me it doesn't have a real Selena touch to it. It's more like a Quintanilla family touch to it. Like, they just putting out just, you know, anything to get money, to stay relevant. And it's like, it's not, to me, it's not authentic. To me, it doesn't feel like a authentic Selena merchandise or clothing line, because it doesn't have her touch to it. And yes, people will say, well, she passed. Of course it's not going. But like I said, a lot of famous people that have passed away prematurely, they usually have a lot of stuff in storage. You know, because they may, in their mind, they may think about, what if they pass away? They like Biggie, like Tupac. Biggie and Tupac, they have a lot of songs in storage that they rapped, but they just never put out because it wasn't ready yet, or they were still working on it. And that's why, you know, years later after they passed, they may have put out some songs and that we never heard of. And it's like, is this new? When did this come out? When it was just old songs. Like, basically, like, for example, I Care For You. Many people do not know that song I Care For You by Aaliyah was actually made in the 90s. They thought that song came out when she like around the early 2000s, around the time when she was, you know, passed away, or when her latest album came out, when she made I Need a Resolution, More Than a Woman, all that, because it was on her tribute album. I have that album. I will put the picture of it. I don't know if I have it in my car in here. I don't think I do. But yeah, I Care For You is actually an old song. It actually was supposed to have been on her 1 in a Million album, but it didn't make it to that album. So, like I said, a lot of famous people, a lot of singers, a lot of designers, they have a lot of, you know, storage material that they have in, you know, that they have in the back burner that they may not have been ready to put out, or may not felt like it was going to sell, or any of that. And then when they pass away, that's when producers or their family or whoever get together and, you know, recreate what they left behind and put it out as new music or new, you know, merchandise. And people thinking that, well, dang, did she make this or he made this before right before they passed, when really they have tons and tons of, you know, material stored away. And I'm sure Selena is one of them. I'm sure she has a lot of music that's stored away. I know I've heard a couple of music that she had recorded that didn't come out, but they, you know, were trying to work on it or whatever. But like I said, in regards to her fashion, I'm sure she got tons of drawings, tons of unfinished costumes that she was about to put out, or wasn't sure if she was going to put out, or maybe she was doing it for fun. Like I said, and even if she didn't, Martin Gomez was like, they were in sync. Martin Gomez and Selena was in sync in terms of fashion. So I'm sure if they really want to put if the family was really concerned or really serious about putting out Selena merchandise, that it was actually dedicated to Selena, that was actually felt like it was touched by Selena, they would have linked up with Martin Gomez and they could have did a collaboration and, you know, work together and put out some materials that he knows Selena would wear today, or would want her fans or the public to know or wear, or whether it's some of the costume material, some of the costume designs, or maybe like lounging wear or anything like that. Like, I'm sure, Martin Gomez will be the first person to know, to understand that. But they didn't link up with him. It's like after Selena passed, they just forgot about all the people that she worked with and really, dedicated her life with, whether it was in the fashion world, music world, whatever, or personal world. It's just like they just abandoned everybody. And I just felt like every time when I see an ad on IG of Selena merchandise coming out, it just doesn't, I don't see Selena. I just see a rush job just to put something out there just to keep money flow. That's all I see. I don't see Selena's touch in any of the merchandise that they put out. I think they just feel like this is what I think she will want. When you could just work with the people that she actually worked with, that knows her style, that knows her way of thinking when it comes to fashion, when it comes to music or whatever. But instead they want to do it their way because they want to make all the money. Because I feel like if they link up, I feel like the reason why they probably won't link up with the people that she actually worked with is because they got to pay them. And that's more money coming out of their pocket. And they want all the money. Because they greedy. So like I said, even though that jacket is cute, I'll put it in the video somewhere. Or you can check out her IG, Selena Incorporated IG, official, Selena Incorporated IG page, and see it for yourself. But it's cute. But would Selena really wear that? Like I said, if you're going to do a Selena merchandise as her family, you should work with the people that she actually worked with, that has her touch. And then it will be like it will feel like she actually had a say or had a touch on it. But this is just, I don't know. But that's just my opinion on that. But like I said, with the blocking thing, that's just something that they do to keep themselves relevant, to keep people talking about them so they can stay relevant. Because there was no reason for him to block Smooth Vega because he interviewed Chris. Chris didn't say nothing bad about them. Chris didn't say nothing bad about him. So it was no reason to block him, but only to stay relevant and to want people to talk about him or the family, to stay relevant in the limelight, because it was just pointless. Like, you blocking because he interviewed Chris. So what? What did he say to hurt your feelings? Nothing. He didn't even say, I didn't see the whole interview, but it was more, I really didn't hear him mention his name in the daggone interview. So why are you mad? Because he getting attention? You jealous? Maybe that's another reason. Maybe he's jealous of Chris, because Chris is actually being praised for being a real gentleman, for being real, for being respectful, for being the bigger person. And they're mad because they're being ridiculed for being assholes, because that's what they all acting like, especially that dictator. So that's their problem, that they keep doing asshole-ish things, like blocking people, bashing people, suing people, all that. So if you don't want that type of energy, stop giving that energy out, because Selena wasn't about that. That's why I feel like they don't really care about Selena the way they act like they do, because they doing this, they're promoting and doing the things that's opposite of Selena. So, and then for people to sit up there and say you need to be careful for talking about that family because they're known, fuck that family. I don't care. I mean, not everybody in that family, but those that actually have that's been given problems. Because why be scared of them? They're human just like me and everybody else. Nobody's perfect. But I'm not going to sit there and pretend that they don't do bad things to people. I'm not going to sit back and pretend that they are not assholes. I'm not going to sit back and pretend that they fucking, neglect and abandon those that were there from the beginning after Selena passed away. I'm not going to pretend. Fuck that. I'm not scared of no damn dictator. That's what he wants. He wants people to be afraid of him. For what? For what? For being an asshole? For being money hungry? For treating people that cared about Selena like trash after she passed? That just shows he was all fake. He was all fake because when Selena was alive, he was acting like he was so humble and so nice and all that to these people that were working for her, working with her, friends with her. But as soon as she died, they basically left him high and dry. And he talking dumb stuff about them, acting like they didn't have no talent and all that bullshit. Because you hired them. You obviously saw some potential in them. That Selena was even though Selena was the limelight, she had, it was the band members that backed her up that made her even more great. So stop acting like it was just all Selena. No, yes, Selena has a great voice. Selena has an amazing talent, but her band made it even greater. So why are you bashing them? The ones that's not in your blood, that's not blood related, why are you bashing them? Like they didn't have no talent, like they ain't mean nothing to you. When they meant a lot to her. So if they meant a lot to her as her father or her sister or her brother, they should mean a lot to you. Period. But like I said, that him blocking Smooth Vega is nothing new because he blocks a lot of people. So, it is what it is. But that's all I got to say about that. I just forgot to mention about the fact that he blocked him on the other video. So I just, wanted to give my thoughts on that. And I will be back with another video. Peace.